for a 5-pound bag. Fresh certified Angus beef, top sirloin steak, $8.99 per pound. Kraft American cheese singles, $3.99 for an 8-ounce package. Post Great Grain cereal, $6.59 for a 16-ounce. Select varieties. Cool treat. Save $2.06 on Magnum ice cream bars, $5.29 for a 3-pack. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Wednesday, September the 19th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. Not guilty. That's the verdict in the Supreme Court case of 31-year-old Kalisha Birch, who was cleared of 2 charges causing the death of 38-year-old mother Carrie Petty by driving with a dangerous substance in her system and death by careless driving. Prosecutors said a collision investigator determined Birch was traveling too fast to safely negotiate a bend on Middle Road, Southampton, near Five Star Island. Road conditions were also rainy and wet when she, quote, power glided into the opposite lane, hitting Miss Petty on her cycle. The prosecution argued that there was no evidence to suggest the road was in bad shape, causing Miss Petty to lose control. They added, quote, Miss Petty did nothing to contribute to the collision. A pathologist confirmed Miss Petty died due to severe blood loss. They say that a blood sample submitted by Birch tested positive for THC, a chemical component of cannabis. Birch admitted to smoking cannabis whilst on holiday almost 2 weeks before the crash, but maintained that she was not intoxicated. We spoke with Miss Petty's father-in-law shortly after the verdict was handed down.
Disappointed. It's kind of a bit of a travesty. I think, all the evidence was there. My son, who's got 2 young kids now, he's, there. I need to go with my son. This is probably one of the worst decisions I've ever heard of in Bermuda. This is clear cut, and it's a travesty. I mean, this is drug in your system, speeding. Our good police here had all the evidence. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense.
Ms. Birch declined to comment as she exited the courtroom. After a few false starts, the new Sobriety road checks will get underway this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Devonshire and Paget. Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police Martin Weeks reminds prosecution is not the objective of this initiative.
So roadside sobriety checkpoints. People have been asking why we're doing this and how this is going to work. And what people need to realize, this is not about enforcement. We're not looking to lock up hundreds of people for drinking and driving. What we want to do is change the culture. It's about reducing harm, it's about reducing damage, reducing insurance premiums because less people are drink driving and getting in accidents. So it's all about harm reduction. It is not about locking as many people up as we can.
On the heels of comments from Officer Weeks, we took to the streets of Hamilton to ask people if they believe the sobriety test will help.
It's definitely a good start, and it's nice to see that the police department are putting the sobriety checks in place. And we're hoping that because of that, it's going to raise awareness and people will make sure that they're responsible when they're driving. And certainly, if we can keep it up and change the behavior and make our roads more safe, then it's going to be a great exercise.
I think it'll help a little. The reason I say that is they gave away their hand. They're telling everybody where they are going to be. So they're going to avoid those areas. So they need to rethink the strategy if they want to catch these drunk drivers.
I think it's going to prompt people to consider whether they've had enough before they get in their cars. And so I think it's a positive move. I mean, I know a few people might think it's a bit of a police state, but look at the fatalities we've had. We've got to do something.
I doubt it very much, to be honest with you. Yeah, a lot of things are put into play here and they don't seem to work, whether we still have the same number of roads, traffic accidents and bad driving and the rest of it. And no matter what happens, no matter what the government does, it just doesn't change.
I think that with sobriety tests, and I think that what it really comes down to is education on the front end. I think that it's important for everyone to have that value system inside of them so that it's not just, oh, I'm not going to drink on this particular night because I might get caught.
Well, maybe to a certain point it may help, but I don't really think so, though, because everybody's pretty much going to be checking where it's located to and traveling the opposite way because, you know, like Bootsy said, Bermudans like to drink. So, you know, I just think, you know, it may work one way, it may not work the other.
Yeah, I think it will help very much so. It will sort of let the people know that, you know, we need to be careful, so because there are police out there, and yeah, that will help with the sobriety.
I'm Mike Sharp reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Minister for the Cabinet Office with responsibility for government reform, Levita Fogo, today released Bermuda's population projections report for 2016 to 2026 from the Department of Statistics. Some of the highlights include that the mid-year population is expected to decrease from 63,791 down to 63,680. The annual growth rate is expected to change from 0.2% to minus 0.2%. The crude birth rate is projected to fall from 9.3 to 7.3, while the crude death rate is expected to go up from 7.6 to 9.4. Life expectancy at birth is set to increase from 81 years to 83 years. The median age is on the rise from 44 to 48 years. The proportion of seniors, those 65 years and up, is projected to climb from 16.9% to 24.9%. And the old age dependency ratio is expected to soar from 24 to 39. Minister Fogo explained, quote, "This report presents population projections by age and sex for the period 2016 to 2026. Population projections are illustrations of how the structure, size, and characteristics of Bermuda's population would change if certain assumptions on fertility, mortality, and migration are held true over the projection period." Stay tuned. We'll have more news, including the latest from AccuWeather, coming up right after this break.
Price Rate is your one-stop shop with something for everyone. Household goods for kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Aisles of bulk groceries at value prices. A complete selection of fresh meat and produce. And an extensive range of frozen items to cover every meal. Wines from around the world and beer and liquor at discount prices. Visit Price Right at our 2 locations in Pembroke and Warren. There's always something new and always something for everyone.
From the very beginning, it was always our singular focus to do whatever it takes, use every possible resource to fight cancer, and never lose sight of the patients we're fighting for. Our cancer treatment specialists share the same vision. Experts from all over the world working closely together to deliver truly personalized cancer care. And these are the specialists we're proud to call our own. Expert medicine works here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
Bassett, custom designs by you at Furniture Walk. So, how do you like it? Choose your arm style, then select your pieces. Special order exactly what you want. Your style, your way. Sofa, love seat, chair, sectional, you name it. Bassett, your style, your way at Furniture Walk.
Data reported for 2017 from 23 ABRA members showed they contributed slightly more than $842 million to Bermuda's economy. Here's Patrick Singleton with more.
Survey results show ABIR members contributed over $650 million in payroll to Bermuda-based employees, $7.8 million in charitable contributions. That's a 4% increase year over year, $90 million on construction, real estate, housing, and office space in Bermuda, and $66 million on legal, accounting, temporarial services, and other consulting services, and nearly $21 million on hotels, airfares, restaurants, taxis, and catering. ABIR members employed 1,495 full-time staff in Bermuda, of which 1,044 were Bermudians, spouses of Bermudians, or permanent residency holders. That's an increase of 2.6% since 2016 and a 7% increase since 2007. ABIR members continue to invest in a vibrant local workforce and provided 55 intern jobs to Bermudians in 2017. 7 ABIR members had graduated training programs for Bermudian employees. Members also reported other training and development opportunities available, such as tuition reimbursements and leadership training. John Huff, president and CEO of ABIR, said last year was a significant test for the reinsurance sector, with a triple threat of U.S. natural disasters, generational changes in tax policies, and soft market conditions. ABIR members passed the test with flying colors, he said, and doubled down on their commitment to the island. Kevin O'Donnell, president and CEO of Renaissance Re Holdings and current chair of ABIR, said, as ABIR marks its 25th year of innovation and continued commitment to the business strategies and public policies that enhance physical and financial reliance to growing risks of large catastrophes across the globe, Bermuda-based reinsurers have become the driving force of economic activity in Bermuda.
And this just in, a JLT Group acquisition by Marsh & McLennan Companies could lead to job losses. The deal values the entirety of Jardine Lloyd Thompson at around $5.3 billion. But overlap between the two firms could result in up to 3,750 positions axed across combined businesses. Insurance broker JLT Group has been acquired by U.S. headquartered professional services firm Marsh & McLennan Companies for $4.3 billion. An initial review identified some likely duplication between the two firms, particularly in function support areas, and plans to take a best of both approach to the integration. Well, Bermudians wishing to work in the construction trades are being reminded to obtain their certification, as more employers, large and small, are only hiring those with a qualification. The message comes from the Bermuda Construction Safety Council, which is urging the public, especially tradesmen, to turn out for its open forum at the Bermuda College on September 24th. Brendan Harris is Public Safety Officer for the Construction Safety Council. He told us what the public can expect to take away.
Well, the main key concepts from the forum are employee rights, employer responsibilities, the certification process, as well as women in construction. Primary focus is the construction sector, but not limited to. I mean, the law is the law, regardless of what type of business you have or not. What we want to encourage people to understand is the asset of having a certification, whatever particular trade that you're involved in. If you do not have a certification, now you are subject to being overlooked or losing out on an opportunity you might have received because you don't have proof of training.
And not having a certification in the construction trade can lead to the loss of employment opportunities.
Well, it happens more often than we realize, and so what we want to ensure is that everyone, no matter what trade you're in, you have the opportunity to sit in a classroom at Bermuda College and receive a certification for your particular trade.
Some tradesmen might find it daunting, the very idea of getting certification. They may be worried that too difficult, filled with a lot of exams. Well, how does the process work? How difficult is it?
Well, first of all, you never know till you try. And the programs are actually put on for those that are most competent, more experienced, and actually heavily involved in the actual trade that they are discussing. So we actually have implemented programs that hadn't been implemented for many years in order to ensure that those gentlemen were covered on the certification process.
So the certification process takes into account those who may be older and not familiar with?
No, that is the target market.
So it's not that difficult?
It's not difficult at all.
Again, that Construction Open Forum takes place at the Bermuda College Lecture Theater on September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. Log on to BermudaConstructionSafetyCouncil.com for more details. And a wet start to the day, but we ended with rather pleasant conditions. Let's find out from AccuWeather what tomorrow will look like.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer. Hopefully you've had a good day today. I know it's been pretty dreary outside. A low temperature of 70 degrees this morning, so starting off a bit cool. What we have is a disturbance over us right now, and you can see what's not too far behind that, yet another disturbance, and that one is also going to bring us additional rainfall. Some of it could be steady tomorrow. We could even have a few thunderstorms, and the winds are going to be picking up as well. So as we continue through tonight, we're still going to have some pesky showers around, but expect as we head into tomorrow, more of that precip to move over the island. So here we have our current stats right now. Temperature sitting in the low 80s across the island. Humidity between 70 and 75%. Not too windy out there right now, but expect those winds to pick up as we head through your Thursday. Winds are out of the west around 10 knots at this point this evening. The water temperature sitting at 84 degrees. The conditions in and outside of the reef, not bad right now, but I do expect the waves to become much more choppy as we head throughout the day on Thursday. Speaking of now through Thursday and also Friday, our weather alerts, we have a small craft warning. That's tonight, and that continues into Friday. So really make sure you're taking it easy if by chance you're heading out toward the water. Your forecast for tonight, mainly clear this evening with a shower around, a little bit breezy outside. Temperature-wise, a little bit better than where we were early this morning. We'll at least get into the mid-70s. We have that small craft warning out there, and you can see your tidal times here. Our high tide tomorrow morning coming just before 6 a.m. And for tomorrow, here's the forecast: an unsettled day, as we will have plenty of clouds around. Again, the winds will be picking up. Don't be surprised if you see those winds gusting up to 30, 35 knots during the day. Choppy conditions on the water, and we'll also have to keep our eye to the sky for some thunderstorms throughout the afternoon hours. So we're watching this disturbance come off the East Coast now, actually kind of strengthening here, and this is going to lift to the north and east, and once it moves out of the picture, the weather's looking a lot better, so something to look forward to as we get closer to the weekend. We don't have any tropical development to tell you about. Some showers and thunderstorms in Jamaica, Barbados, and also into Trinidad. If you're doing some traveling, maybe heading toward the East Coast tomorrow, we will have some clouds around New York City, Boston, a high of just 68 degrees there. Our extended forecast, we're calling for the unsettled weather on Thursday, windy with storms at times, and then improvements as we head into the weekend with temperatures in the mid-80s. Hopefully you enjoy it.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition, and as I came down the water slide I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool, and I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BF&M, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with a reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BF&M difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
This is Jane. Jane has been living independently until her recent fall. Because of the injury she sustained, her mobility is now limited. Jane chose Bermuda In-Home Care to assist her with her activities of daily living. The caregivers at Bermuda In-Home Care are trained to care for individuals with limited mobility. They incorporate exercise and activities into Jane's care plan given by her doctor and physiotherapist. The caregiver helps the family select the right medical equipment from Lighthouse Medical Supplies. Lighthouse Medical Supplies have certified durable medical equipment specialists available to help. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. Falls lead to head injuries and hip fractures. Fall prevention is critical. Call Bermuda in Home Care to speak to one of our home care specialists. Call us now for a free home care assessment, 705-4424, or visit us at www.bermudainhomecare.com.
From sunup to sundown, a dedicated team of highly skilled workers using state-of-the-art technology quietly work to keep Bermuda moving. Bermuda's national and commercial institutions and its people rely on goods imported through Polaris from across the globe. Over 30,000 containers are unloaded each year, representing everyday goods, groceries, vehicles, and so much more. Polaris Holding Company is the powerhouse group behind Bermuda's docks, with interests in heavy equipment and real estate. Polaris is quietly powering Bermuda.
Healthy people and healthy communities.
The Ministry of Health is presenting their 8th annual Celebrating Wellness event, September 26th at Bars Bay Park, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is a free event for the whole family, featuring music, free health screenings, healthy food vendors, career skills development, and much more. Be healthy, stay healthy. Come and celebrate wellness with the Department of Health. This is a message from the Government of Bermuda.
Welcome back. Dominique Nanette was named the top graduate of the 13 firefighters who graduated recently. Speaking with Mike Sharp, Mr. Nanette, who describes himself as a total team player, said the training to become a member of the Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service wasn't without its challenges.
So we covered a few things. We did road traffic accidents, search and rescue, ladder training, fires, attack and defense, different things, yeah.
Which one was most difficult or most challenging?
I say search and rescue I found pretty interesting. I think it's a different thing when you take away vision. Going into fires, it's going to be smoky and dark, so that for me was sort of different, something I thought about afterwards when I went home. I mean, it was interesting.
Firefighter Dominic
The dust is settled and you graduated, now you're on a shift. How are you finding that?
It's a change in pace. I think we go from such intense training to get onto shift. I mean, somebody else's bad day is a busy day for us, so you kind of hope that it's not a busy day, so it's different from training.
Yeah. EMTs seem to be a major part of firefighting nowadays.
It is, yeah. So what we used to do about 15 years ago, before the EMS was a part of the service, was about 1,500 to 2,000 calls, and recently it's up to about 8,000.
A year?
Yeah, a year. So you can see the importance of what we do. We have a fire truck at the Clearwater station now, fire ambulance. So it's a big part of what we do. It's a majority of what we do.
Yeah, yeah. What was it like working with Diane? I mean,
it was good. Yeah, Diane gave us challenges. She showed us what, she raised the bar for us. I know a few of us have admitted that if Diane did it, we were going to do it. So she did it first, we're going to do it.
Had to do it.
Yeah, we had to do it. So it was good having Diane, definitely.
What about you finishing as Top Gun?
Top Gun? Well, I mean, there's no I in team. You'll never see a fire truck show up to a call with one man on it.
That's right.
So I couldn't have done it by myself. It was good to have everybody around me, the other 12. But I showed my strengths and some leadership and different things that I wanted to show, and it rewarded me in the end.
Encouraging words for others that are contemplating maybe this sort of profession?
Oh, do it. I'd say do it. It just brings out the best part of your life, your physical fitness, your academics, your relationship with the community, pride, different things like that. So I'd say go for it. If you want to do it, go for it.
12 members of the Ascendant Group Limited team have obtained the Institute of Leadership and Management Level 5 certificate in Leadership and Management. ILM is an independent charity that forms part of the City and Guilds Group. It is the UK's largest management body, and it aims to improve the standards of leadership and management by combining industry-leading qualifications and specialist member services. The certificate is designed for practicing middle managers. Through the program, these managers develop their skills and experience, improve performance, and prepare for senior management responsibilities. Management Solutions, a local licensed ILM delivery center, facilitated the program. And coming up next, Earl Basin has the latest in sports right after this short break.
Save $2 on fresh boneless pork sirloin chops, just $2.99 per pound. Pretty Lady extra large red or white seedless grapes, $3.99 per pound. Only 99 cents for select varieties of 6-ounce Yoplait yogurt. A healthy snack, Lots applesauce, $3.19 for a 6-pack of select varieties. Save more than half price on 4-roll package bathroom 2-ply toilet tissue, only 89 cents. Visit our website, www.marketplace.pm, for more super specials.
You can count on us.
It's a big world out there. An 8 billion person population can make 65,000 seem so small. But Bermuda punches well above its weight. It's a leading offshore financial services center, one of the largest insurance and reinsurance markets in the world, and a promising new hub of financial technology.
Blockchain virtual currency businesses, is that the best thing for the economy?
The breakdown tackles the high-level concepts.
Despite coming in, the bank left with a PE ratio,
but cuts through the technical jargon.
Fancy way of calculating how expensive a stock is.
So you can understand not just how Bermuda is impacted by the world, but how the world is impacted by Bermuda.
The Breakdown with me, Tony Waterman, Thursdays at 8 p.m., starting this October.
Here's Errol Basden with tonight's sports report.
Delray Rollins led his Sussex Seconds teammate to a total of 353 for 9 in their second 11 three-day friendly match against Derbyshire at the Blackstone Academy ground. Derbyshire won the toss and decided to bowl. Rollins would score 78 off of 110 balls in 122 minutes. He hit 11 fours and a 6 in his inning. Rollins would share a 132-run fourth-wicket partnership with George Garton. Jade Stewart has been named the Holland College Athlete of the Week for the week ending September 16th. Stewart has 4 goals through 4 games to start her collegiate soccer career with Holland College. Meanwhile, Micah Pawn and her Brookhaven College women's teammates traveled to Snyder to take on Division I junior college Western Texas College. Pawn, who is the team's captain this year, contributed in a 4-0 victory for Brookhaven College. Pawn made her mark on the game when she unleashed an unstoppable left-footed volley into the back of the net from some 25 yards out in the 23rd minute to make the score at the time 3-0. Dante Levrock and his J.K. Navra teammates defeated Tamika 2-1 in Estonia Premier Football Division action. The Bermuda Rugby Football Union have named the national men's and women's teams who will represent Bermuda in the Rugby Americas North Sevens tournament in Barbados this coming weekend. The men's team, who placed 6th overall last year, will face tough opposition in their pool match where they will take on Mexico, Turks and Caicos, and Guadeloupe. The Bermuda men's team is captained by Tashawn De Silva, who will also see Corey Boyce, Aldo Campbell, Dan Cole, Alex Dowling, Tom Healy, Bertie Horsfield, and Naval Zoo returning to the tournament. Tag O'Shaughnessy, Stephen Smith, Alex Brown, and Jamie Baum will all receive their first international caps when they take to the field in Barbados. After a tough tournament last year, the women's team are looking to improve upon their results with the help of new coaches Jamie Barnwell and Keith Hutchins. The pool play will see Bermuda face Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Bahamas, and Curacao. The Bermuda team will feature the returning players of Gillian Cross as captain, Mika Tamita, Danica Borden, Amanda Swan, Carly Aileen, Lauren Rothwell, Corey Cross, Sharice Woodley, and Lesmeri Santa Souza. Youth players Keontae Wow and Camille Chin Garrett will both make their first senior appearances in Barbados. Trey Simons competed in the Montevallo Falcon Classic cross-country event hosted by the University of Montevallo. Simons, representing Morehouse College, would cross the line 7th, competing in the men's 8K race, clocking a time of 25:21.6. Jair Mitchell and Zende Ingham competed in the Dublin Gap motocross event in Pennsylvania. Mitchell would finish second in the Open A class. During the heat race, Mitchell finished third. Mitchell would then finish third in the first moto. He would cross the line second in the second moto. Ingham was involved in the 250C class. He would finish 11th overall. Ingham would finish 8th in the first moto before finishing 15th in the second. Jaden Tolbert and his Washington Academy football teammates are now 1-2 on the season following their 39-16 defeat to the hands of Ellsworth Sonner. Tolbert led Washington Academy with 115 yards and 1 touchdown. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And that's all from us for this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson and hope to see you at the same time tomorrow. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.